pointing, looking to get back to top form. This would be a chance to do it.
It sounds to me like what you're saying is they've been waiting to get back on the stage, Hugo. The folks here in Hong Kong, they've been waiting as well. But I think we've had enough waiting. Hong Kong, are you ready? Quarterfinal Friday, let's go!
Nuke, Inferno, Mirage, and a lot to prove. A lot of uncertainty here on the stage today. Passion probably quaking in their boots. paiN trying to redeem themselves after a slow season. They ended on a high in Austin. Can they get back to a semi-final? It's never felt more open for the taking. Favorites in this game, but is that when the pressure hits?
Well, and everyone's been talking about Grim and how he's been the danger man for Passion. He's in the position to do damage, and he's knocked down straight away. Hauser tries to explode onto the stage, but he can't control the nerves on the dualies, and so paiN break through. Fast topside play. And Passion left staggered in a 2v4. Pistol teed up for paiN to start this series strong.
Yeah, Grim didn't move a muscle in his position. He knew it was coming, but paiN still flush him out with ease. The firepower gets him through. And a simple pistol with nothing to do for Nyx. He's got a kit, he's got an upgrade, but he's probably got to save. paiN put down that pistol round and take the start of their T side.
I think early momentum in games like this is going to do you a world of favors.
It can disappear so quick, right? It's not just MR12, it's your heart racing. It's the fact that you're playing your most important game of the year yet. And this is a team of Passion we've just not even seen play officials. And so they can't afford to get swept under in this series.
You come off of, what, 42 days of break, and your third match that you get to play is in a packed-out arena in a quarterfinal. It's a very unique string of circumstances.
But hey, buy the ticket, take the ride. They beat Mongols for a reason, taking them down in a barn burner 3-mapper with overtimes and 24 rounds on every map. They earn their place here. How long can they hold on to it?
Through with the force. They want this to be competitive from the get-go. And so going to be keeping a watchful eye on a couple of key names for the Passion side. Grim's been mentioned to no end, but Nyx had some phenomenal matches, thinking about the Falcons one especially. But for him, this is his first time on a stage this big, so can he control the nerves? Some players level up, but those are few and far between. The side of paiN, talk about these guys waiting to get back to a stage. It's the Austin Major where you saw them make real headway, but they've been kind of left to the sidelines since that point. And so this is a moment they've been waiting to build back to. They've already started strong with the pistol. This is the round where they can try and have a very clean start. They'll keep things even in a 3-on-3, battling down towards this lowest site. And with DGT containing ramp, Passion left a man down for the retake.
JT took that 5-on-4 with a Deagle, and if we follow in the group stage, it means they're going to lose this round. But maybe he can finish what he started. paiN, ready, waiting with bomb and vent. Escape option available. But will DGT lurk out upper, or will he regroup back on this B bomb site? JT has another chance, and he nails the shot. They know he's close by, but with no one in the site, paiN run in to put that bomb down.
All right, now try waters now. JT, keen with the Deagle. Got a little taste of this back in the groups. He's called for Halzerk to move in as well, who's coming on the vent side. Good clear for Big Azera.
Huge.
Doesn't let that Deagle harass any longer. Halzerk looking in the right place. That's a 4 damage tag.
Wow.
Feels like he gets a little robbed there, but NQZ's happy with it, and so are the rest of paiN.
Yeah, perfect way to finish that off. That's an impossible position to really clear unless your opponent messes up their shot. So, wow. Halzerk only doing damage. And paiN look to convert 3-0 start on their pistol. Snow's been a bit of a revelation as of late. Leveled up inside of this team. We've seen him have some really poor maps, but he's also been the reason they've won entire series. Can be hit and miss. Grim.
All right.
Well, there's not much behind this. He is the only armored player. But with a 5-on-4, paiN move outside. They've lost their lurker. This info for Passion shouldn't be a surprise that everyone is in yard, and I love the rotation they're making. 2 players down lower can come up secret together. They're in no hurry. They beckon paiN in.
If anything, you're really hoping that you get 1 player kind of lurking your way, maybe 2. It's a fair fight down at lower, and with JT's Deeg delivering oh God! They weren't supposed to win this round. Won't be easy still, even in the 4-on-2, but the pressure's certainly on for paiN. The bomb's stuck on Bigazera's back out in the yard. He's been dinked, he's been found. Nuke Round ready to come through for Passion unless Snow can go above and beyond. Dead! And so that's an upset early for Passion UA.
Oh dear. It's meant to be a consolation round. It's meant to be a guarantee here for paiN. They do the hard job. It's the Deagle that does them dirty. Grim's opening kill, and Passion play it perfectly. Not over pushing, not flanking secret. They know lobby's empty. They let paiN come to them. Only DGT's rifle here. Scout for NQZ. Passion in control. Even Halzuk's orb comes out early. They finally did it. They finally convert it. Oh, but don't get ahead of yourself, because that's the $5,000 orb gone.
I mean, nothing gets you fired up like losing one of them. It always makes you want to do it straight back.
And now you know you can. Man advantage, they move outside together. Good to see the rifle not alone in the lobby, lurking, or rather grouping with the rest of the team. The smokes go down. NQZ becomes the lurk. paiN look to move into a weakened position with this early kill outside. Knowing ramp is susceptible, orb gone, it's only Kavem.
Expectation is almost that they're going to want to go and search for that gun that's dropped outside, especially because it's the big green. And so this decision to go and recommit into the lobby for paiN.
It's very stagnant right now. I feel like they had their window to attack and they haven't taken it, right? Are they really going to recommit backyard with no time and no smokes? Going outside this late in the round is a real risk. It's such a risk. Passion don't even consider it. Their eyes are off the yard. I don't think they believe the smokes, but I also don't think they believe that paiN would do this. Dry outside, downstairs.
Grim in position to try and stop this. Could catch players crossing, but instead just plays for the info. There's a catch for Bigazera. And this is rapidly starting to get away from Passion. Low has been taken. They have no control, and it might just be playing a save here.
Oh, this is a disaster. What can you do, right? They get hung up on the lobby after Bigazera gets his kill. They're not going to find him. Even going down the vent is a risk.
Surely
JT
not.
wants to throw his hat in the ring.
But he's the only guy here. It's very disjointed. JT down the vents, no one else in position to go. That feels like a really desperate move in a round that's already so far gone.
It feels like Grim went for the info and Passion didn't play off of it, right? He spots the fact that they're crossing outside. I thought we were going to get a full group ramp and just rotate down B together, knowing that paiN were just running amok there with 25 seconds. But no, 1v1's taken. And a hostile environment here as paiN come hunting for these guns, trying to take this AWP away. That is worst case scenario. At least they save the AWP. It's a bit of a disastrous round for Passion there, and paiN capitalized well. A risky rotation down lower. And NQZ, this is a guy in the Austin Major who was at the forefront of this paiN team. This was a guy finding and taking so many opening kills and having the most unbelievable success rate in doing so. So to get him firing off, finding Halzuk that early in the round is a great sign for the Brazilians.
It's a very understandable timeout from the other side, right? That round looked disjointed all over. And if you can't, deal with the chaos that paiN are likely to throw your way, then maybe you're just not cut out. So they take the timeout here to try and mull it over, try and come up with solutions. They need to tidy things up. They don't love how this game has started. At least with that save, you get to play your rifle round here, so we will have rifles out in round 5 for both squads.
Eyes on Halzuk on that AWP. Will he just be predictable again here for paiN, or can he change it up? Going backyard, looking for a bit of vengeance perhaps, is still the better weapon. moving close, providing cover for JT to get stuck in, and he hears these jump spots. Halzerk on notice. Dispatched to find a 5v4. paiN very patient and full faith in the captain's calling as well. You really better believe in BLAST after he pulls off that last round.
Are they ready for JT up close? There's the clear. Snow gets the info, but info's only half the battle. JT's the remaining half. He'll find a double. NQZ with this scout watches on. Halzerk has learned a thing or two about peeking into this fight, and so thinks better of it.
Nyx is exploitable right now on low health. It's their best option.
They try and force this into main. BLAST leads the charge. Nyx just gets out of there.
Good move.
And so space taken over towards main, but getting into this A site could prove tricky. The rotate's already here for Passion.
Grim up in heaven, but right now Nyx has a lot to worry about. That info is really important, and Grim supplements it with a kill. We got a low health player. Ooh. Grim's just gonna feast on this Org. Who needs the scope? One by one they trickle in, one by one they die. Passion UA put second on the board. This is a combat save for DGT. And JT, who found 2 kills close outside, also dinked this third player. So what value from your in-game leader? He's proven to be a bit of a threat individually in this tournament. We know he's clutch, but he doesn't mind going in first, getting stuck in on this CT side. Arena looks beautiful today. Hong Kong has shown up in fashion, and it's only Friday. It's only going to get bigger and better. I might have to put the Org in my loadout.
Yeah, Grim's making a real good case for it, isn't he? Been using it all across this event.
It's the only guy I've
Rarely,
seen.
if ever, see it purchased up. Maybe a struggling IGL in a game decides, why not, I'll give it a go. But outside of that, you never see it used.
Nice shot.
Zerk in the feed to open up this round. And there is a good deal of potential here. You know, if you can get Halzerk kind of fired up, having farming around like this, where there's little to go against him. Grim's trying to do the same. Put to work. Never wants to be Orgless again. Grim with 3. And NQZ, in the blink of an eye, is left in a 1v5.
I know, bag, save at red. What can you do here? Grim has unleashed the beast. And like you said, right, struggling in-game leader, maybe pulling this out to get an easier kill in a position like B-Apps or Mirage,
yeah.
You know, scoping on a deep line. No, Grim does this everywhere. Every map, every half, he can. He'll pull it through. And Gaventa close, cleans up with a 5 alive round. Grim taking matters into his own hands.
Just very interesting. Like, it's not often you can subscribe, especially not nowadays, one gun to one player like this. It's the consistency he brings it out. He feels very comfortable with it, and he makes it look really good. You'll note he like rarely scopes in either.
I think we'll see some people following after this event. I think there'll be some more of that, as they say. And it's paiN who called the timeout this time because they've been punished indeed. May have won their force buy right back, but they've got nothing to show for it. 2K in the bank. TC gets a chance to get involved. And even though paiN are favorites off of experience and off of the recent results and off of a great year playing constant tier 1 events, lots of practice, with that has come the difficulties, right? The lack of breaks, the lack of time to fix mistakes, the constant burnout in this schedule. Passion have just been waiting to play. They are seizing this opportunity. That much was clear up against the Mongols.
I mean, hell, even the game versus the Falcons, right, came down to the wire. And sure, there was some weirdness in there. But Passion, yeah, look up to the task of taking anyone the distance. Being competitive versus, you know, one of the favorites for the tournament is no small statement. Both of those games coming down to a matter of rounds.
And this is going to be a slow one because NQZ is calling, guys, just wait. Just wait for the push. They'll get impatient. These North Americans, but Grim's up in heaven with
They're on a stage. They're feeling some of the pressure. They want to try and make it exciting. And so that's when we get them.
But they know what they're up against, I think. Passion realizing the money is busted. Grim's playing with the scope this time far back.
I think it's a good, like, nerve check for Passion UA around like this.
Great awareness here. Double nades in hut. Everyone breathes. NQZ's going to take the Zeus to main roof. So it looks. There's no one here for the taking, you'd think.
Do we believe in the flying Zeus?
I've seen crazier things.
They're moving it out in the yard, but that's just going to push JT further away from main. Nyx is the one that will be in the crosshair of this Zeus, and it's gone straight away. Nice, clean round from Passion. 5 alive. They've taken a couple clean now, building up some money. And considering how this game started, right, losing that awkward round to the Force after winning a low econ round of their own, this is a nice spot to find yourself in on Nuke.
Yeah, paiN have had 1 kill in 3 rounds, so they're probably feeling a little bit cold right now. Need to get back to their winning ways. No AWP for NQZ. He will go with the AK. Saw that nice A execute in the pistol. This is paiN's pick. This is one that they've looked reliable on. So is it going to be something different or just back to outside smokes?
Halzerk in with an aggressive move. He wants to get ahead of whatever the play is out in the yard, and he will manage it.
And now
While we were watching Halzerk, EGT does secure 1, but there's aggression all across the board here from Passion. Nyx in with a chance. They're going to try and clear out the ramp room. EGT and co playing late. Amadeus lends a helping hand, and Halzerk's dead on the retreat. That early kill out in the yard proves not to matter, and now it's just Grim. His trusty Org by his side. He's been spotted there on the clear, and Big Azera makes quick work over him.
Okay, Passion held it together on the anti-eco, but they definitely get ahead of themselves on this one. All making plays, Nyx pushing the door smoke, and I love what paiN do there on ramp. Once they get the control, they hide behind that big box. Passion swinging Hellside, they don't see anyone. They overcommit, that's when paiN strike. Hiding in plain sight. So paiN, a dominant round, back to winning on this T side. And a reality check for Passion that it was never going to be that easy. Orb goes ramp this time. And QZ blocked early. Halzerk new position, same objective, 5v4s here.
Kevem is very alone on the ramp side. No one in a position to fast rotate. Thankfully, that's not really where paiN are looking too interested in. Instead, it's once again back to a yard focus here. Smokes down, and Halzerk, scope trained out through Secret. Gonna find a 5v4. This time, no antics from the likes of paiN to get kills elsewhere. They're gonna have to go and earn them out in the yard.
Cheeky, and that nade keeps JT distracted. So Snow should have this in the back. He whiffs it. JT, a shocking kill to extend the advantage, but Big Azera answers.
He's picked up Grim's Org,
no.
and he's thinking, damn, I could get used to this.
It is a captain's gun after all. 2 kills, laser beams them back in a 3-on-5.
And they're gonna try and walk it into A.
Oh,
Grim, you gotta show them that you're the Org man. Can't get outdone by Big Azera. This ain't even his main.
oh, perfect. Grim's
Creep up on
trapped.
top of the heart. Grim will have no idea, even if he takes it. Oh, drop down and catches him back turned.
Surprise.
Plant found now. Kevem maybe in a position to deny, but that is ugly. And NQZ got on in time. Halzerk spotted. And paiN starts streaking them together. Problems emerging for Passion UA.
Don't do this. This is one step too far on top of the heart. Halzerk tries his luck, but they're even coming for him in secret. His only safe exit really is B to ramp. And even that has now been closed. There's no getting out of here. You have to fight for your life. Nice position for NQZ. Finds the kill. And lead taken back. Big Azera is buying in.
Dude, look at the big smile on his face. He's thinking, like, I can't believe this is working. I can't believe this gun's so good. Grim, have you just messed up giving BigAzera a new favorite weapon, maybe?
Might have to disconnect at halftime, change his loadout quickly, because it looks beautiful. 3 from BigAzera. And what a flick, thank you, because if kevem gets his kill, he can deny plant. He's killed the AWPer. It's his round. But his first time called upon, whiffs. And now paiN have them right where they want them, susceptible. This is the last buy. He spotted.
Oh no. JT, rough way to go. Davideus with the spot and an early 5v4 for paiN as they look to really clamp down on this half. They don't go quickly after the kill. They let Passion stew in it. And I mean, honestly, the thing that's kind of let Passion down is some of these mid-round moves, especially when they've lost the opening fight. And so I think, you know, if you wait long enough, you might just get some disjointed peaks, chances to extend this advantage even further. Alzerk's even missed his timing out in the yard to make matters worse.
Okay, missed smoke. Will provide a fight here. Alzerk, does he just walk into it? Or top of the red box, and BigAzera spotted. That bomb making it across the 40 seconds. Ultimately, the kills are available, but they need to take that bomb back down B. Snow will not make it to join BigAzera, who is alone in this lower position. Lobby taken back by Passion. They've missed timing, yes, but BigAzera cannot plant this bomb. He might have to come up vent. This is getting very scary right now. DGT provides a path out. BigAzera must take it.
Ollie in the vent, he just flies up and past it. His teammates out through main. It's got to be Alzerk, a do or die round for Passion's AWPer. Util accomplishes nothing in terms of slowing this down, and a plant found with seconds remaining. 3v4, awkward spot to be in, and you're left wondering, do you even want to attempt this? It feels like the answer might be no for passion UA.
Yeah, Nyx has had 2 really awkward lobby aggressive plays, both of which have had resounding consequence on this half. It's round number 8 where he pushes through the door smoke, dies, and they take a clean round. And even here now, his death allows BigAzera to come back up top. He might have overcommitted into B, into the stack, if not for DGT onto Nyx. Couple of awkward fights, and Passion are paying for it. paiN building in on this T side. They've at least found 6. Chance to make this an excellent first half indeed approaches for paiN. On a map, they've got a 4-win streak on as well. Even a win over Furia here in Hong Kong. That save allows Passion to save themselves here in the CT side. They've got another buy.
I think the goal right now for Passion is just try and whittle away at some of these nerves, right? It's the 3 players who have a bit more experience, a bit more tenure that are up towards the top of the board for Passion. The 2 where this is their first stage environment, it's been a little bit rougher, and they've been culprits at giving away some of these rounds, right? Think about the lobby aggressions from Nyx that you mentioned. kevem also missed a couple of sitters in this game already, and he was, well, both of them were instrumental to the win over the Mongols and that great performance versus Falcons, so you're going to need them switched online. This was always going to be an uphill battle. Pushing through main, kill like that, it comes along for free. Nyx gets it.
Flash looked good, but Nyx either dodges it or it doesn't connect. That one certainly does. Dropping in through the main roof, there's a second layer to this split, and they've got Nyx boxed in.
Needs to do big damage.
Wow.
Davideus just a spinning top out in the yard. Rips the head off of kevem on that re-aggro. Nyx might have to get a lot done here. They're walking into each other. He's just blocked them in the door, but no realization. He didn't spot the player in lobby. And that's a disaster. Vent rotate opens up. And paiN say goodbye to this A play and drop down into the safety of B. If it's JT to meet the AWP first, That's rough, but Halzerk will have this, and that opens up a 2v2. Still a chance here for Passion.
Yeah, they can drop Vent instantly. They're going to be a little bit worried, but Halzerk, he fears no one. He just storms in, down to the single door, hearing that bomb plant. BigZera's position up for debate. He looks to take this fight head on. Halzerk's patience might just pay off, but BigZera thinks better of it. Eyeing up one of these 1v1s. BigZera's got to commit at a certain point, and so he will with the flash. Halzerk cut down. JT, Captain Clutch. He's got the kit smoke. Not to be. paiN. Excellent positions, excellent mid-round. They find a 7th on this T side.
I mean, now you're just chuffed with yourself if you're paiN. You're in position to go on and have a very, very good T side. Looking to be lucrative here on their map pick. A moment in there, that streak of 3 for Passion where they finally took control over the money, but the victories were short-lived, and feeling like you only get by with 4 rounds on this CT side, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth considering the strong start. The chance for more, the later half of this game has just belonged to paiN.
When BigZera talks, paiN listen. I love the decisiveness of some of these calls in the mid-round. Even that vent drop, perfect move. 5-on-4 responded by Halzerk atop the roof, but can he survive? Yard has been paiN's territory. Snow again plays behind the smokes, and with JT making steps, he might be paying his price. Snow is in hot pursuit. He has very good timing, and look at JT not aware of this in the slightest. Sneaky Snow behind the smoke, and 3v3 ensues.
Sloppy aggro rounds have so often been a problem, but here Halzerk able to lend a helping hand, and that will flip the script. Passion, a man advantage given away.
The bomb is in spawn.
Okay, that could be a big problem.
It certainly might be, but not if they just fight their way through. That's what they want to do. NQZ looking into main, but the full reset Passion playing this group. They're going to re-clear back from Hellside. paiN won't find the fights they're looking for.
It's the 2 more rattled and nervy looking players left standing for Passion here. And in a long drawn out 2v2, that's kind of the worst possible outcome. You want some inclination, some idea as to where paiN have gotten to, but they're not going to get that for some time with paiN going back to get this bomb.
And they're sneaking the whole way. The clock is going to be so low, you're forced either to just plant up or go down the vent at this point. I don't think you can go ramp unless you full sprint very soon.
Time so low. Passion out of position. The top site is empty. They've read this as a B play. They're trying to get ahead of it. This big lull in the action has actually allowed an empty top site in the way of paiN.
Perfect.
Passion are thinking, who are these guys? What have they just done? But in reality, it's all this movement, the gap created, and that bomb that should have been a mistake dropped back in the spawn creates the perfect window for Passion to move in, and they can still finish this half in a really strong way. 2v2 in the post plot. No time to get super comfortable here. They're both grouped at the back of the site. NQZ trying to take first contact. So much time lost in this round, and now Passion, they've got to rush it and rush to their demise. paiN with a lot of success on their T side to open up this quarterfinal.
Welcome, folks, to the ROG Laboratory. I am joined today by the mastermind himself, Launders, and we're going to be picking his brain while we compare the ROG Strix versus the ROG Swift.
Which one's better?
That's what we're going to find out.
Science.
All right, Launders, what are your thoughts?
It's buttery smooth so far. I have an Asus monitor at home, so I like this monitor because it feels like what I'm using, except clearly it's a bit better. We got these nice edges instead of it being just perfectly rectangularly all the way around.
All right, Mohan, when it comes to color calibrations,
Yeah.
where do you think we should take this test?
The darkest map. Let's go to Nighttime Ancient.
Whoa.
With the shadows on this map, it's really important at distance, especially when targets get smaller. These things really factor into your reaction time, actually. People don't think about that, but if the colors aren't good, if it's super washed out, then essentially you're not gonna be able to react in time. This panel does a good job of separating that. So yeah, contrast is always important in a game like Counter-Strike.
Talk to me about this 600 hertz that you're currently experiencing.
They say that your eyes can't move that fast. Well, I'll tell you right now, mine are. I can really appreciate this 600 hertz monitor, especially for Counter-Strike on the Source engine, where frame rate is king. You can see how much better it is.
Now you're sitting here, and in front of you is the beast itself.
Yeah.
The ROG Swift. Tell me your first impressions looking at this bad boy.
OLED is the big difference. It looks like the glossiness looks so much nicer. I mean,
The water effects.
it's just nicer on the eyes, man.
I mean, personally, as somebody who just fell in love with 1440p gaming, I think that's what goes beyond even Counter-Strike, right? We're Counter-Strike lovers at heart, but if you are a gamer at heart, if you're playing anything single player, I think like even just browsing the internet, watching videos and stuff, that's where 2K resolution makes its money.
Back in the day, you couldn't have OLED with this high of a refresh rate.
No.
Now that we've unlocked this, like, I'm not really sure how much better it can get.
From top to bottom, I think that it's easy to say that the Swift is just kind of in a league of its own. All right, Launders, you've had your chance on the Strix and the Swift. I have to ask, which of the two?
I am gonna go all chips in on OLED. I think it's the single best upgrade that you can put on a monitor. As soon as I made that upgrade, I knew that was the one. I think I'm gonna stick with my choice of the Swift, and I'm not looking back.
It's a respectable choice. I mean, like you said, first impressions, it knocks your socks off. But I'm sticking with the Strix. It's that 600 hertz. Every competitive edge I can get, I'm gonna take.
I'm willing to accept your choice.
Well, we'll see you next time here at the ROG Labs.
paiN are off to a flying start on their map pick to open up this quarterfinal, and there's nerves on the other side of the stage. Passion looking a little shaky, little disjointed in some of these moments. Meanwhile, paiN very composed and not afraid to use the full breadth of the clock. At least now, Passion get to be the ones setting the pace as they move over to the T side, but they've got a tricky task ahead of them if they want this comeback.
At this point, if you win the pistol, it's just pure luck.
Pistol's been anything but perfect for Passion. And this one feels like a requirement if they want to run away with Nuke. paiN, 8 rounds. Storming our Passion towards spawn. Look at the wrap round right now below heaven. They don't realize that Snow is still finding high impact. 2 kills. He's figured it out. Grim up close does respond. But this is a 2v5. And feeling impossible. Snow puts him on his back. And paiN just refused to give them a fight. They say, you want this round, come take it.
We saw Passion in that Mongols game. This was a position that Grim always looked to try and play for, loved to try and get this heaven spot for a post plant. And so he's at least got comfortable ground to stand on here. And this A site is actually somewhat takeable and could facilitate a plant. It just comes down to how much heavy lifting Grim could do. Halzerk would be in the site all on his lonesome if they want to keep Grim up here. And so first, he's got to cover, allow that bomb plant to even come in. Then he's got to steal himself away and be prepared to clutch up should it come down to that. They will get the site control they're looking for. This one might not be entirely over yet. Halzerk with a bomb plant.
Got to hit hard.
Grim with the covering fire, and that plant found. Halzerk now goes searching. They say, you know what, you're the only guy down on the ground, play with a bit of freedom, try to take something with you on your way out. But it's just Grim left standing. Davideus goes for the throat, and that's a pistol round secured from paiN. They run away with it.
Just simply done, and paiN's mid-round continues to impress here, knowing exactly what to do, taking back the lobby after that aggressive outside round, allowing all the space, and heaven is only so valuable in a pistol round. Those are really hard shots to connect. paiN, better guns, more players, better positions. Making this game a wash right now. There was hope at the start of the map for Passion, winning those early rounds, getting that third on the eco. Right now, they are running into a brick wall, and it is not coming down. Passion 4 spy, 1 AK on Kvem. Oh, careful.
New setup. When you see DGT out in the open, I wonder if you're prepared for it. Oh, they're not. They're really not. And there's even a third and fourth rotate moving in. That is a convincing shutdown over this force. And I mean, now it's Now it's alarm bells ringing. This game might have felt over for a long while. This one could wrap up very, very quickly. It's an eco round now out of Passion.
Yeah.
paiN gonna get up to 11 rounds with only 1 buy round left in this game for Passion UA.
When you consider this is a team that has great, set plays on T side, JT calls some really nice XX, and their T sides are really, really good. This might not even matter. They might not even get rifle rounds to play with. 1 opportunity left in this game. 2-10 in pistols this tournament. That has done them no favors. And like said, 1 gun round will decide the outcome of this map, so you think. paiN with every advantage they need. And yet to run into a real threat. This is a team that's been looking to get back to stages. Looking to win games in playoffs. Their last 2 outings, their last 2 quarterfinals, lost immediately. Well, this is a far better look with Furia as well, waiting in the semi, a team they've already been in a major playoff as well. Albeit different form, yes. But paiN, this run speaks of potential.
Maybe a chance for something weird to happen here. 3 players on the other side of this smoke, and right as BLAST moves away, Passion move in. But who does this benefit? Up the ladder they try and go, and they're going to deliver kills on a conveyor belt to BLAST if they commit to this.
15 seconds to make this climb, you've got to run.
Trying to get a move on, nearly catch him from the door.
Winnable.
Grim gets away with his. Amadeus slows their roll, slows him down, and just want to go down here before that time expires. 11-4, here's the 1 rifle round that Passion might get to play.
Yeah,
This first map has been paiN's story in this quarterfinal.
And it has not been close, has it? Even then, paiN fighting to heaven, just not letting Passion get any room and get into a post-spawn position. Punishing indeed. It's 1 gun round. Has to hit hard. And you're yet to believe in it. Passion have not given you any reason to. Fast outside. Kavem leading the pack. He's got a Molotov. He's just gonna go for the straight up kill.
Ooh, not a bad way to open. DGT dead out towards Secret and room taken. Oh, Snow got the spot and Nick's dead on the drop down. Snow gives chase. Only for a moment. Are they ready for a second player all the way through the vents? There's even 1 back from NQZ, and so paiN fighting every step of the way for this. And there's the backstab connecting on a Halzerk.
Whenever there's 1, there's always more here with paiN.
Finding every gap. JT now looks to try and give them a taste of their own medicine, but they're holding the vents. They're on his position. JT can't clutch up. paiN with a very convincing game. Up to 9 in a row.
And this is a 40-minute map right now. This is paiN absolutely running through Passion at record pace.
One thing that's nice, like paiN learned how tricky it can be playing on the stages. They want to show they're a cut above this Passion squad in this type of environment, and a game like this certainly does that. 9 rounds straight. If you could close it out with a double-digit streak to dominate on Nuke, to open up this quarter, there's no way you don't feel great about that.
Especially when Inferno's coming up next. Historically been a really rough map for Passion. Yes, they picked into it. They've clearly worked on it, improved it, coming into this tournament with all their time off. But it's still one that has a checkered past, shall we say. With the exception of their victory versus the Mongols, nothing to enjoy on Inferno, and paiN may make it worse. 12-4, looking for 10 in a row, and this is a broken bye to keep Passion in the map. What you don't want, paiN, is confident, and this run would certainly set them up for that. A team that said themselves, they know they can win any tournament they go to. They believe that. They have the players to, but the form has been the question. We're right now in it.
I also just think, you know, after that major run, they put a lot of pressure on themselves. Suddenly they had all these expectations, and that was a humbling experience in their next few outings, right? Changes the way you view yourself in these tournaments, changes the way you view the game. Whereas in a map like this, you kind of just get to sit back and have some fun with it. You find a great degree of comfort. And they're looking for a flawless finish. A 5 alive round for 10 in a row. Doesn't really get cleaner than that. Bomb lost for Passion, and a desperate 2v5 staring back at them.
Yeah, paiN hitting all the metrics at once. Everything but hours watched, because this one's going to be quick. 2 on 5, 40 seconds. Passion hanging on. And paiN patient. Don't move a muscle. Passion trying to squeeze anything out of this round. The routing is nice, but they can't waste time in going for this move. 30 seconds. Davideus waiting patiently to finish the job. And this should just be easy as 1, 2, 3. Like a knife through butter. A1S in the door, waits for the lineup.
Ooh. They will get past Davideus, but this is not the time to try and build back in, surely. Back turned, Big Azera. Feels fitting that it's the captain of paiN, the one to do it to them. Time running low, and here he is. It's paiN for Passion, and nothing but passion from paiN to open up this quarterfinal run. Passion have got to take themselves back to the drawing board, try and get switched online, because that was a non-starter of a map in this quarterfinal.
Yeah, got to rely on their pick of Inferno. That's coming up next. It's, as I said, been troubled, but maybe the future is brighter. It can't get much worse after a 13-4. 10 straight rounds for paiN.
paiN a little flustered, and that's paiN delivering on their map pick. Now you've got him with Inferno. The desk were a little bit nervous about this pick as well. But for Passion, it seems like it was worth the gamble. Maybe emboldened by their win over the Mongols. Hong Kong, are you still with us?
It's showtime here. Passion, paiN, Inferno, and risks taken all tournament long for Passion. It almost paid off. He Falcons in the veto. Let's see if they can do it again and do it one step further to survive in this quarterfinal. For paiN, it would be the first playoff win since Austin, going out first in 2 quarterfinals in Belgrade and Bucharest. Here on a stage, paiN finding comfort. B execute for Passion. Snow taps him back. He's got dualies in store.
Yeah, seen paiN do this before, right? You drop a little spare pair of dualies over, and now he's that much more well-equipped for this retake. Fast flank in through Banana as well. That's the bomb away from Passion UA. And it's only Nyx left in the blink of an eye. Thinks he's pushing a USP. He's not. It's Snow waiting on those dual Berettas. The poor pistol stat for Passion keeps up as paiN win another.
Does Halzak know he has the bomb there? He just gets shot in the back. Last guy into the bomb site. They take full control, and then he realizes they're right behind him. Can't survive to the flank. Everybody coming in for paiN, and I love that pistol. It also just shows the value of why you play that USP first. Catch that easy kill coming into the site, swap off to smoke spam. Snow is turning into quite the player. Finding more and more form along the year. The guy who's only 18 years of age, got a bright future indeed.
I think as well, you know, when we spent a lot of time looking at Passion and how they're kind of crumbling under the pressure, but to big up paiN a little ahead of the major, this would be a real treat to finally get back in an arena, do it all over again. But hold on a second, breakthrough round here for Passion UA. They weren't meant to win this. They come through with a force. They get away with kills out in the apartments, and the round is robbed right before your very eyes.
All right, some explosive CS. That's what we like to see here out of Passion, playing with some bravado, some confidence finally in this game, and winning yet another force buy. Hey, you can't pick up the pistols, but it doesn't matter if you take the second round, all redeemed.
Now, they did win one of their forces back on Nuke, and that was where they tried to start their streak early. It got immediately returned on, though, from paiN. It took them a little while to find their footing in spite of that early success, so they don't want it to happen again. They're even trying to hunt here in at the close.
I don't think it's worth it now. Don't go through these smokes. You got 2 M4s taken out of this eco round. You may as well be happy with that. You mentioned paiN and talk about them coming into the major as well. This is a stage 3 team, worth noting. So for a team that's talked about burnout and playing all these events and not having time to get things in order, not only are they looking at a playoff run here in Hong Kong, but then they get a break coming into stage 3. They get a few weeks off to assess the competition, to refix the playbook. And so this could be, although a poor season, a very good final 2 events here for paiN. Passion throw a spanner in the works. Back up Banana.
Snow with aggression. He's got one of the big guns in the round, and it's gone immediately. Big Azera trying to back up, and Passion here ready to give chase. Famous on the line, but Big Azera got to go bigger than that. He's got to go huge, and there's 2. Enough of a hold from the captain of paiN. It's Grim getting aggressive through the smoke, and that's more like it from Grim. The star of Passion finally starts shining. And NQZ on this smoke walk, meant to succeed where everyone else has failed. He will. Gets it down to a 1v1, a real test for Nyx now, as he's going to stop NQZ in his tracks. He'll rise to the occasion.
That was very scary for a second. Big Uzera's 3K felt like it was enough, and Grim, if he stayed on that smoke, the round wouldn't have been under question. Tried to regroup with his teammate, and it's Nyx who does win a round. A re-inspiring round here perhaps for Passion, considering Nyx has been aggressive in this game and it's let him down back on Nuke. Just stays in the open, wins that 1v1, and keeps the good times rolling.
I mean, look, we were all here looking at how kind of scared and disjointed Passion looked. I feel like it would have been very easy to walk away from that last map and say, look, we can lose this game, but let's at least lose it playing our game, right?
Yeah.
Let's go out there and play some damn CS. And it feels like Grim's already bought the heat in that regard. And we have one of these Astralis stacks.
I like this setup as well, having a player in spawn, they can swing off the contact.
Don't lose to this.
It's been spotted, it's going to be dealt with. Mowed down by JT. No ifs, ands, or buts, but reloads indeed. That's a bit embarrassing, but it's all fine. Passion take that bomb back into the A site. Nobody saw it, no one was watching.
Yeah, right?
It's just you and me and 6,000 attendees. Where's that second gun?
I know it's here somewhere. Bit of a scavenger hunt for DGT. Where could it be?
It's behind
Anyone know where it got to? Come on, man. You'll find it. Ah, well.
Find a bullet.
Gun's got protection, mate. You ain't getting that one. They still get out with an AK at least. Oh, it was right there. You joking? Hidden in plain sight, apparently.
Part of the furniture. One rifle saved here for paiN as Passion build in, and damn, I respect it. Hard work paying off here. This was a big risk in the veto. This is a map Passion have not shown to be in their wheelhouse, but here in Hong Kong, looking to set a precedent on it. 3-1 start. NQZ, AWP coming in.
I mean, it's clear that Passion have gone to work in this time off and looked to revamp their entire map pool, right? That's been demonstrated by the fact that they've been floating Mirage, their old Perma, the fact that they were able to take the win on this map over the Mongols. It's clear they looked at their flaw, and those are the areas they've tried to improve on the most. So I think it's really hard to gauge, looking at the history, exactly where they're at on these maps, because there was such a long time between the last official and showing up to this tournament. And so maybe they've got more tricks up their sleeve. A little contact walk into the B site here.
Wow.
And Grim provides the opening. Second player spotted in the form of Snow as well. He goes for him, and there's Nyx with the trade.
Look how aggressive Grim is playing right now. It's paying off. They're able to trade him out and keep the round in their hand there. But Grim is just sending it into CT Sport in both these B hits. And as the desk was saying, even after that first map, it's not like Grim let them down. The score wasn't anything incredible, but he played his role well. He had moments of impact. It was some of the underlings who were struggling a little bit more here for Passion. But if you have them waking up and Grim can give us this aggression, we might be in for something in this quarterfinal. At least the AWP is saved. An attempt at a B pick denied. But paiN get another go.
Timeout called in, and I think justifiably so. If you're paiN, you probably feel like you kind of wasted this first gun round. You fall down to a contact walk up through B. On one hand, though, I think it's given you a good sign of how this map is already feeling very, very different. It's less disjointed, it's more aggressive. And as we said, because it's been so revamped here for the side of Passion, there's not really a lot I think you could have taken away from any type of prep or research outside of that one Mongols game. So it's actually going to be a real test of BigAzera to piece together how his opponents like to play. They've got to trust his feel, his reads. He talked about back on Nuke how they have a lot of faith in their captain, right? They hinge on his every word. Well, this is a real eye test of BigAzera's on-the-fly problem solving, because you're seeing a real mixed bag of rounds out of Passion, and they're not playing scared anymore. Again, fast up through Banana. JT trying to keep the pressure on, but there's something different in this round. It was Nyx hoping to run amok up through long. Cut off from the rest of the pack, but they find success up in a B again. BigAzera dead. And a fast flank down through middle. DGT boxes them in.
Yeah, he's not going to overcommit either. The smoke block comes in, or the Molotov instead. And there's a smoke to follow up. Passion can't get out. They are stuck in this Banana. Can they peel away? 3-on-2 into the bomb site. In they go, but the flashes do nothing. Snow able to peek after the fact. Put one more down. Will meet his limit. 2v1 here. Rotate comes in. The door is still closed. Passion push on. Sticking that bomb puts them maybe even favored.
And QZ only has one shot left in this AWP. He tried to commit to the spam. And both Grim and Halzerk are looking to pressure him. They'll come through, but the timing's a little off. Halzerk won't get there in time to trade the AWP. And so now he's got to do it all alone. Davideus comes as a surprise. 2 players back in the ruins. And Halzerk wasn't ready for it. That's a second round collected for paiN. And then QZ's AWP, a big part of it. Shuts down that Nyx long wrap. He's also the first rotate over towards that B site.
Great realization as well. When you see Nyx make that play, you know what Passion are doing. It's a 4-1. They're going straight up Banana to meet him with a mid to B play. And so immediately paiN shut that back door. They force him to commit into the bomb site. They say, we know what you're doing. And Passion just try and scramble kills back in that post spawn. They are not allowed to do so. Would have been able to set up and actually play a crossfire. paiN win a gun round. Still no money troubles yet in this game. Inferno will allow that. Lots of saves. BigAzera taking space over the half wall. Baiting for Snow. A re-smoke traps JT in. Oh. Could have jumped on that. Wow, JT doesn't know how free a kill he just missed. DGT got to fall back. Right now the util is wrecking Passion.
Locked out middle, you've got multiple players brought down low, and even though you get this room, you need to try and get something on the back of it. Kvem and Grim, they'll provide openings, but a third man over here at long in the form of BigAzera, that might come as a bit of a surprise. They've spotted him now, unable to deal with him, and he'll link up with Davideus for this A-site hold. 2 players in the site. Snow left a long way from the action, just in case Passion try and get tricky with it in this 3-on-2. Their eyes are set on this A play. They'll go right into this 2-man hold. Good job for Halzerk. Can't make it a double. And I really like what BigAzera does there. Doesn't get caught up, doesn't get tunnel visioned in fighting long. Instead, just barrels through, takes the space, links up with Davideus, lets him get into a crossfire.
Yeah, not much of a sell on JT's position there, right? They're making no noise on short. They just walk out of apartments, and the trades are really weak for Passion. So JT on his flank doesn't really have any advantage. paiN consider all avenues. And now look to draw this game back up. Even this buy is going to be a bit of a calamity, not much utility to talk about for Passion. I like that they're playing with pace. But at least it feels like they can play their game, getting a chance on this T side, right? Never saw it on Nuke. It was over before it began.
I mean, the pace has felt nice early, and it certainly led to some close rounds here, but where it can get a little nerve-wracking is you can just lose this T-side very, very quickly, right? Like, you feel like rounds are just swimming by right now. And so there will come a point where they have to try and slow this down a tad. And we might be getting that round here and now. It's no longer one of these quick brawls up towards Banana, far slower pacing on Nyx out towards the apartments. So a good realization that you want to at least have one or two of these rounds just to serve as a reminder for paiN that they will throw in some slow ones, but also so you don't feel like this T-side ends in 10 minutes.
This is one of those slower ones, waiting to retake Banana. Minute on the clock as the mid-take comes in, but no one faking this right now. It's full B commit, and they've just been blocked again. That allows Snow to sneak out of there. Passion still look like they want to expel Util to clear close positions, though, so it's going to make this pretty clear to paiN what's going on. Going to see a swap of positions. Util being brought to this B bomb site, and it'll be needed to stop Passion UA.
Yeah, Big Azera's pieced this one together ahead of time. Knows that they're committed to this B player.
Yeah.
There's a lineup on the smoke. Trying to run through is Grim, but he's so blind. DGT handed a freebie. And the Banana play is getting denied left and right. DGT knows only unrelenting aggression as he pushes through for a fourth. Wide smiles on the faces of paiN. They tie this game up. And it's starting to feel a little similar to Nuke in that sense. Convincing couple of rounds in here right off the rip. But as Big Azera starts to figure out how they're playing, starts to figure out where their limits lie and some of the tells that they're getting in this one, paiN start to take control again.
And now the lead is up for grabs. What they've not had since that opening round. Just Eagles here. And NQZ's been trying to take this pick every single round of play. He's just not been given it. Passion, rarely a threat in middle. Flash does go over, blind players, but DGT, they're all around this corner. You better be careful. He's good for it.
Yeah, even now, this feels like worst case scenario. DGT really having a bolstered bit of confidence after the 4K and super keen to get involved. He's already on double digits here. And if he starts hitting hard, you know, he is one of these players who can just start to shut down games.
Dude, paiN players are all snowball players, I feel like, right? They have a couple of good rounds and they just get roaring. NQZ confidently taking peaks, and DGT back-to-back multi-kills to put him onto 12. Round lead taken back, and Passion have got to solve this problem. I wouldn't say a pause would be a bad shout. They're going to call it. This is their chance to stop the rolling tide that is this paiN CT side.
I think that's so problematic is, you know, we referenced that game versus the Mongols. We saw go down in the groups, and Passion were able to win here on this map, but that was on the back of a stellar T-side effort. 9 rounds found, only 4 on their CT venture. And so already feeling like you're in a bit of a rough spot here for Passion UA. Essentially, this round is for all the marbles in a way. They're going to just stay with their backs against the wall, getting beaten down on the T-side unless they can win this one. So they try and prop it up with attack pause, time for TC to weigh in.
Now you almost feel like you don't want to bring pace, because with that brings randomness. It brings chance that a couple of nades just end your round, an early orb shot. You want to be more calculated. You want to move away from these set plays. Luckily, paiN will bring the fight to them. It's Snow again, fearless through the Molotov. JT's left to his own devices here, and it could be a problem. That flash lands perfectly. Snow closing inside, finds it for free. 5v4, and that early gambit gone here for Passion. Can their rifles dig them out of this mess?
Oh, backstab out through mid. It's only Grim getting kills right now for Passion UA. Creeping on to double digits while the rest of the gang sluggishly in behind him. Now Zerk has just not even gotten started here on this second map.
Yeah, he's had chances as well, I feel like. Those B post plants. Good flash, sets him up for something. And QZ is low, he's gonna reaggress. This guy's feeling fearless right now. But is it all the way back?
I mean, paiN have always kind of tried to bear in mind the fact that it might be in Passion's best interest in these moments in the rounds to try and get tricky with it, right? To try and manipulate the CT setup somewhat and do the unexpected. And so Snow has never moved from this B site. He's had full faith in his teammates to hold down the other side. And during all this downtime, NQZ and DGT have just cleared out top mid. paiN now know what's happening. They know it's not the A play. They tell Snow to prepare for the battle ahead. They have this flank on the cards. Snow's just trying to buy some time, ideally, but he might look for even more than that. Here's them moving in, has DGT on a fast flank. He takes this fight early, and with so little time left, they've got to get the bomb planted. It's rushing to plug in those numbers, but DGT up close, gets him off the bomb. Felt like a lose-lose for Nyx, and so he doesn't even attempt it.
Yeah, he wasn't even getting rushed, but he doesn't know that. Here's a step up close. There's nothing you can do. You just hope both players are on your screen. paiN not going to make that mistake. They throw one man in and one man out. 6th round found, and not even the bomb part to bolster money. This half, like you said, compared to Nuke, it's the same thing. It's slipping away right now. What could have been an even game, what could have been a strong showing here for Passion, might just end 8-4 once more.
Yeah, and you just feel hamstrung here. Like, the pressure's clearly getting to some of these guys who haven't been in this environment before. paiN was a driving force behind their Mongols win on this map. He's not got going throughout the entire series. Nyx has had some chances, but I mean, no one's showing up outside of Grim right now for Passion.
Hey, welcome to the
and you
stage.
can't be a one-man army, especially not against this paiN team. Like you say, all very snowbally, all down to fight, and every step of the way. Now it's Amadeus' time in the limelight.
Chance.
2 quick kills. Still the pistols break through. This is how Passion won an unlikely round back in that first couple. Doing it with just pistols on an A play. They'll get themselves eased into a 3-on-3 post plant.
We have pit mollies here, because double pit with the rifles makes this very interesting for Passion.
Molly lands back sight. Forces Grim wide and into the open. Second molly, but it falls a little shy. Grim's still allowed to hide out here. Snow runs him down.
No.
Big Azera with
Can't
another.
lose this.
Nyx 1v2 being asked for. They're on the bomb. He's missing the lineup. Pressure's setting in. Nyx can't do it. Snow steals it right from under his nose.
And such a nice try for Nyx. I mean, his bullets are right on the mark. They look perfect. Jumps out, kills the cover. 1 bullet more would have done it. But it might just be a what if today for Passion UA as paiN run away with this CT side. That is 7 rounds yet again. That is another huge streak of 6. And no matter what Passion do, they just can't close right now.
Credit to the individuals on Passion, credit to Big Azera as well. It feels like once he kind of pieces together, gets in the head of his opponent, he becomes unstoppable.
Okay.
1 kill for onto Snow. JT to open.
Momentum or no, they're going to stop. Happy with their 5-on-4, causing a lot of panic at B. Nyx needs a kill in apartments.
I think in a regular game, this would feel like the right call, but you've really struggled in some of these fights, and now you're leaving it into the mid-round with players who feel a little dazed and confused.
Oh, and Boiler as well, big problem.
Amadeus goes unchecked, gets out with another, and this advantage, well, they're able to hold on to it. Kill in the downtime out of paiN helps open up this A play, and now 3-on-2 in the post plant. paiN tries to extend that even further. Passion looking for a streak-breaking round in the final of the half here. as only NQZ remains. He's on the other side of the map.
He's lost his gun. He threw his ult back somewhere and he can't find the rifle, so this has gone a little bit awkward here. Shouldn't be his round regardless. It's paiN UA, a bit of pace to push them over the line and find a 5, or am I wrong? NQZ moves in. Crossfire should make this impossible. There is no excuse for paiN to close this round and give us 5 on the half, and so they'll do that at least. Breaking this streak and breaking into the game, it's not too late for paiN UA.
From a tear to Tanir, through the cave smoke, catching him off, keeping man advantage in hand. Bomb can take its sweet time working through the swamp. Oof, but there's a gap in that one, and Youngstar's gonna find Grim's head, just the CT lane, to try to push up Nyx. Double op in this retake, a double op 2v3, demanded of complexity, and Nyx gets one. It's gonna earn him a weapon swap. Nilo, 14 kills to his name, 11 rounds into this map, peeks wide on default, and Nyx is gonna punish,
Nice.
switching over to the AK, securing his 3rd kill in that round, and giving complexity a much-needed lifeline, at the very least. Feels like Cole are trying to keep things simple, right? We get that fast flood last round towards A. This time they're gonna try their hand at B, off of the flashbang. They'll make this site a little more uncomfortable for the defense. Kai awaits the pit play, does a good job of keeping himself into the cover. Now the opposite Batten goes down, and the rotate finds one. Good smoke spam from Art. It is high pressure situations, but it is consistently Fluxo with the edge. Flash through, Art found out and dealt with.
They sacked him, and now they lose the man advantage. They really wanted to kill off that, of course, or to stop the bomb. At least they got the ladder.
It's gonna challenge. It's that back library play that all of a sudden puts bomb down. Grim's gonna scoop it up, and he spams him through it. To hell with the bomb, they'll go to the battle. Just waiting to pop that flash. JT. Great flashes, you said it.
Best flashes in NA.
You see it coming. Beretta's on the half wall. Easy for Grim. Quad kill for Grim. Ace on the cards, if not for JT, but with the flash assist.
Bellissimo.
Having your default work, especially at the start of a game and a half, it can be such a luxury. Ooh, timing is weird here for JT, but manages to hold on and decides to push it. He didn't even know. He did not know. That is just, you know, that's just a random bullet that flies through the smoke, just catching strays, as it were, on that second one. I'd love to see a slow replay of that. That's such a crazy round, JT.
paiN just rounds away from a semi-final here. paiN able to rise up and stop that streak from building any further with one extra round in that final of the half. Still no getting away from it. paiN have been hitting harder here. Now moving over to the T side, and it's paiN's CT sides that have been strugglesome on this map. They've got their work cut out for them. If they do want to survive the night, if they do want to get to Mirage, and they've had a really rough track record in these pistol rounds across this event. If paiN swing for the fences here, get away with a pistol win, they are on the fast track to the semis.
Yeah, 2 and 11 here for paiN in these pistols, and so paiN will just jump at the opportunity to run away with the early half once more. 5v4 found by Snow yet again, and
good kill to open, right? Now you just slow it right down. All right, Nyx.
stolen something.
Ready for that. He's at least got a late trade on a Snow out in mid. A bit of info from it as well. He heard extra players fire off. He had multiple on his screen. But all that servers misdirection, they're actually getting aggressive with it. This is the bomb here, trapped in mid, and they're trying to charge him down. Flush in by QZ, and there's the support from They go right into the trap. Grim dead on the other side of the map, and paiN turned what was looking like a dire situation into the ultimate advantage. They box Passion in middle, and that's where the pistol ends.
Thank you, Big Uzera. What a flashbang. 3 players jumping blind. Ballerina out of there. And shot from all sides. paiN full control now. Keeping up this strong pistol streak in this series. They have just had no problem. And you can see...
Dude, just looking at how different the vibes are in each squad. Hauser, head in hands, he can feel that this is crumbling, that this is all falling apart. paiN are fired up.
2 spotted, DGT gets out of there. They're gonna run him down though, careful, throwing nades. Snow, it's not getting better up here either. He's got his exit shut down. The cage of his own making. His team just have to take that bomb to B. They have to get ahead of it.
He's keeping a lot of attention out here in the apartment. Still going to get away with 2s. How? You're not supposed to do that.
How's he done it?
Man. Snow is meant to be a dead man. He was meant to be a decoy, serving his purpose, just keeping bodies over towards A. Well, he sends those same bodies off in bags.
Right-clicking a smoke below you is not a sign that you're about to pull off a 1v3 in the site. It's a sign you want to hide. Keep your head down. Snow throws himself back in that round, and paiN running away. Another eco to deal with, and double digits to decide it. And why stop this pace? It's the Fury of Molotovs right back up B. Everything covered. Oh, flash through, but heard that tick burns. Big Uzera's back 10. Let's take 1, but there's more in store here for paiN.
You know, JT's here as well. He's the one who threw the flash. I still don't know how much pause it's going to give you.
Scared of the stack, sure, but just investigate, figure it out. If NQZ walks in, he gets all the info. And it's not like JT can really stop this. How can he be expected with a USP, fake damage? Pulls back, hoping they overcook, but paiN not looking to do so. 4 strong, more than favored, no matter what the odds. Simple as that.
Similar to Nuke, there's really not a lot of time for Passion. It's going to come down to this next rifle round. That's where they've got to hit hard. And with how things are looking, with how slowly but surely more and more players have come alive for paiN, there's just so many individuals to account for. Big Uzera's done a really good job at directing the troops, having them in the right place here. Snow getting fired up with that big 3K entrance into this half. Even then, in the first half of play, he felt like a rock over towards B. DGT's really found his form as well. Has had multiple multi-kill rounds where he just kind of gets it done on his own, starting with the pistol here. And so, pound for pound, paiN are just hitting harder. As we say, for the side of Passion, it's only Grim, and I guess now Nyx offering anything, bringing anything to the table.
I think what's been most reassuring here for paiN is the fact that they look to get through this series without even breaking a sweat. If they were ever going to be a challenge in that semi-final to Furia, a rematch from the group stages, then they would have to be coming in confident with a clean victory in their pocket.
No, you're dead on. I mean, big picture here, right? paiN are supposed to feel like they're a level above this team.
And right now they are.
Especially in this type of environment, right? That's what you tell yourself. Maybe on a good day, Passion Online can bring us a bit of challenge, but here, in person, in an arena, we have the edge. Yeah, and they're playing like it.
And Kavem has definitely crumbled in this series, right? He's offered us nothing, was in difficult positions in that first map, but now dead again. Alza traded after 1, and they're just wrapping the site. Nyx has walked away. He's lost control completely. And while the bomb was there for all but a moment, there's nothing for Nyx to do. It's going to make it in.
But that smoke down on short that kind of obscures Boiler, or at least it was earlier. I think there's a party that might have to be considering this. Turn around in the apartments. DGT at least gets the spot. Nick's not allowed to play trigger discipline and go on some crazy mowdown. We'll have flashes to try and set up his teammates on the Moto side, but Grim dead as he departs that smoke. It's Nyx. Oh, that's a nice sequence. AQZ run down and Passion. All right, must-win rifle round. Well, they'll win it. Huge helping hand from Nyx, who felt like he missed the window. He prized one open on his lonesome.
Yeah, smashes down the front door, really. Those are not easy kills, flicking back between site and pit. You feel like paiN is set up perfectly to finish the job there and make this a dominant map. But Nyx keeps him in it for at least one more round. Getting another full buy on this CT side. It's not the luxury they were afforded back on Nuke in that second half. So Hauser dons the AWP again. Passion get one more try.
Start the AWP a part of it. A missed shot from Hauser to open this up, and they learn about that AWP. Now knowing it's in play. I mean, when you hear the AWP fire off there, you almost expect a triple B start. They've missed that window of opportunity to pick up the pace into a weakened A site. Instead, they're just hoping NQZ can own this angle in mid. There's a flash to displace him. He'll trade one back. Halzerg never leaves the line.
They went too deep there in the cubby. Oh, second one nails it, though. They just know the AWP is here, and they find the leg shot. Smoke on the Molotov. Glenn fires early, but maybe just in time to take one with him. Snow gone is a big scalp to find.
Off of the AWP now. NQZ tries to get it done on the AK. Pass JT out along. This is all the fake, by the way. What we're watching over here in mid, just designed to keep players at this A site.
Take it.
NQZ on a smoke walk will get punished. But as we say, the real commitment is into B. It's into Grim. Meant to be unfazed by the pressure, but with two players bearing down on him, there's only so much he can do, and Dabadeus provides the entry.
It's awkward, but it should be fine. Just buy time here. Bombs down. They're hyper-fixated on DGT right now. He is wasting the clock, rotting him. As they both come in for this kill on the lurk, he might send them to an early grave. Halzerg's AWP, all that remains, legged already. And regardless of how you slice this is paiN responding immediately. Taking Passion's bank out while they do.
And this late in the game, you know, getting your money broken, 11-6 down. Halzerg's not even guaranteed to get out with the AWP.
I'd say it's not likely.
They are closing in on him, and at 5 and 13, he doesn't pose much of a threat. Halzerg, a dead man.
Pacifist gameplay for Halzerg right now. He's having trouble in this series as well. Really not the time to show it, and not the map for it here on Inferno. Letting them pass him by. As paiN jump the queue and push forward into those semi-finals. 2 rounds to do it. Final timeout called by TC just to keep some seconds on this stage. But paiN just don't look flustered. Starting every map strong. They said they'd been burnt out. They said they'd been playing too much. They also said coming into this tournament after an early elimination previously that they were at full charge. Doesn't even feel like this game has depleted any battery. paiN are making this quick and easy.
It's a rare sight to get to run through a quarterfinal like this. It leaves you feeling very happy if you're paiN. As you say, you don't even feel like you've had to delve particularly far into the strat book. You haven't had to show too much here.
Playing very default. Some pacey rounds at the start of this half. Now just sitting back and letting Passion stew in it. Passion feel like they have to make a play, take matters into their own hands. DGT is hoping they do.
One of One of those games coming into it where you tell yourself, you know, we're just a better team, and now you've got to play like it. Oh, good catch for 2 out here in mid.
Nyx is doing all he can on the CT side. It was Grim first half, now it's all Nyx.
That leaves Snow out on short, and that catches Nyx by surprise. Red carpet rolled out for the A site. Everyone else far and away out of Banana. And so that's paiN moving on to match and series point. There's no world back into this for JT and Grim.
Not with the AWP here.
Even as they embark on this rotate, NQZ still bloodlust in these mid fights.
They've missed some timings here, so Passion will be right behind them, but the issue is guns. Couple of 5-7s to creep in on the back line, and at a certain point when paiN realizes sight is clear, they're going to watch. Going for these SMGs and apps. Snow patrols the hallways. Bomb put down. Puts paiN in position to find that magic number 12. Even throwing guns out the map, you're getting nothing out of this, but Grim looks for an upgrade. Will he use it or will he save it?
Damn, and I mean, this is just brutal. paiN have just faced no resistance here in this quarterfinal. And it's kind of what you wanted to see. As you say, right, there's a semi waiting in front of them. They're supposed to be a cut above this team. And if they want to feel up to the task of battling back against Furia, an in-form Furia as well, one that just come off of a win in Chengdu.
A matchup that's been a lot of fun, right? It wasn't just the fact that they beat them twice over at the major. It's the fact that Furia have responded right, took them down in FPG, took them down in the group stages here, but even that was a 3-mapper. paiN caught them off guard on Nuke.
So if you want to deliver there, you wanted this one to feel easy. Here it is, all in aggression in what might be your final round on the stage in Hong Kong. Passion battle in to alt mid. Snow can't do anything to contain it, and there's Nyx and Grim. 2-man tag team for Passion. They'll find a 5v2. Now, because no round has felt impossible, paiN still justify giving this one a bit of exploration. They'll go back and look into mid.
Absolutely, give it a try, because even damage is going to matter in this follow-up round.
Grim's so low down here.
Easy
Dropping in, Big Azera with the check. Ready for a re-swing out from middle, and this feels like a pretty crazy gamble. Yeah, they were bringing a third player over to B. That left A only in the hands of one man, so they'll split the defense 2-2.
Such a big gap in middle not being taken, at least. paiN are going to take some time to re-clear this entire map, because they've seen Passion push down alt mid. They could be in any corner. Cautious and careful in an attempt at the 2-on-5.
This is kind of confirming your suspicions in a way. You're expecting a lot of respect here. You know, they're not feeling super confident, anticipating that maybe they've just gone back to play within these bomb sites, and that's exactly what Passion have done. NQZ dropped down into the pit and play denied. So all right, a little bit more resistance from Passion before all is said and done, but they can't afford to just be a flash in the pan, right? How often is that aggro all the way down alt mid, the Hail Mary play gonna work? It's not something you can run back again. This round attributed to Grim and Nyx on that push.
Nice to see them go down fighting, that's for sure. But only second CT round taken here for Passion.
Minimum, it makes Passion a little more threatening. The idea they're like an animal backed into a corner, right? You got nothing left to lose at this point, so just go all out every round. And that's how they're starting here. 4 players over towards Banana. Looked like they wanted to try and fight for it. That stack gets dismantled.
Dance of death at top Banana. Trades, nades, and finally Passion concede it. Second attempt.
It's an interesting call in this round from Bigazera. Him and Davideus left over here towards top B, but the rest of the team are all fanned out and looking for mid control. So at a moment's notice, paiN can change their mind in this round. They're neither here nor there, not committed to any one site more than the other. Bomb is on the back of the B players. And they might just leave Bigazera here on his own. They've held on to this triple top mid setup for so long in the round, and now comes the time they want to do something with it. Only a two-man hold here for Passion. So here comes the hit. They hear the footsteps now. Nyx in a good spot to try and shut this down. Gets away with his one, but now he's got to do all the heavy lifting. Another back from Nyx. There's the long wrap to deny. Bigazera threads the needle on that smoke, dodging Halzerk. It's decided on a retake. paiN have got this bomb planted. They've got time to get comfortable, time to get set up. The only util possessed by Passion, this one flash on Grim. Tossed over to Halzerk. They're going to try and let the rifles lead the charge. But waiting for them, the NQZ AWP in a post plant. It's a dangerous thing indeed. NQZ in one bullet has put a stop to any chance of a comeback. Morale destroyed as that collateral rings out. And it's going to send paiN through into the semi-finals.
Beautiful series from paiN. They make it quick, they make it easy. They certainly make it painful for Passion. Domination across two maps. Winning all the pistols. And Passion in the vertical city fall flat on their face. It's paiN straight through to semis.